got here is a pile of Indian stone taken up from the path when we put the slabs down, and so daughter wants a pizza oven, and so we decided to make a pizza oven out of these. So we started to build it, as you can see, out of Indian stone, and just in the process of building it. And I'm gonna on this project do a pizza oven. So watch this space. Okay, we built it up, got the top on. I just want to show you the shuttering. It's just some pallet that I've broken down, screwed. We've got some blocks in there later. I put my reinforcing in. That's fitted on top of a slab that I've made a underneath. You can see, screwed it in and battened it on. Put my mesh in, put wire through, just some wire, wired it through so it doesn't split apart. I'll fill those gaps with mortar before I actually concrete it in, but that's the next job, is to concrete it, and we're getting ready now for the pizza oven. That's it, concreted. Just finished concreting it, as you can see. Reinforced 4 inches or 100 millimeters depth of concrete, and then the shuttering will come off, and then we can start the dome. Right, I've raised the dome according to some of the statistics. I've got the dome at being inside at 430, and I've had to raise the ball up because that is a gym ball that is just under 60 centimeters or 600 millimeters in width. So I've lifted it 6 inches up, put this cardboard round and taped it up, and I've raised the arch because the dimensions have to be right for the chimney. So it's 1/60th, I believe, of the overall dome there. That is 1/60th of the height. So I've took the dimensions, I've raised them all up. I raised everything up when it was central to that gym ball, 75 mil. So as you can see underneath, I raised it, and that should give me the opening. So I'm going to make a template around there now, and then we'll put like a cling film or that kind of stuff all over it, and then we'll use the vemiculite. Okay, that should be a 5-to-1 mix. So that's my next trick, is to get that ready. My arch is ready, everything's on cue. As you can see, I've done here, I've narrowed the chimney, made it smaller because I wanted a bit more on there, and as you can see, we've got the dome. I'm going to cover that with cling film, and then we'll go from there. That's a smaller chimney, and that's the opening. I think the chimney was too big, and the chimney was into this bit here, which I thought was right, but when I've looked at others, you've got to form the dome and the air circulates properly, and seemingly scientifically works that the smoke comes up and through the flue here. So if I got it too far there, that might have been a problem. So I'm going to work with this like this. I'm going to cover this in cling film now, and I've got my mix ready here. It's the vemiculite ready, and it's only going to go part way up, and I'll let it go off a day, and then we'll go over the top again. Okay, that's how I see it's done. Okay, back to the mixing. This is 5 parts vermiculite. It's really strange stuff. It's very, very, very light and soft. And so the recommendation is 5 parts. So I'm using a measure, just a box out of a drawer, and that's 3. And so I'll mix it with 1 part Portland cement. Now I'm supposed to have refractory cement, that's fire retardant cement, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to use ordinary Portland cement, and then on the inside I'm going to coat it with fire retardant cement that I can buy from any DIY store. That's 1, and then I'll do the same again, and we'll mix it all together. Add 2 parts water to the 5 and 1, So that's 4 parts of the water, and hopefully that will be the consistency to be put in round. Look, there's a good stick. Using a stick in it, much easier. It's very dry, and so the more you're better sticking with what I said the ratio is what most people are using, and as you can see, it is about right. And so the consistency is to be able to just grab it and be able to form. That looks like I can form around with that, but it's strange. I've never used this before. I'm used to concrete sand mixing aggregates, but this is very light, and so we'll see how that goes. That's it. Make sure it's all nice and smoothed over. It's done as the best I can. Try to bring it down a bit on here, because when you take it out it won't stick to the board or whatever kind of board you're using. So there we go. Let's get putting the stuff on. It's got to be at least 2 inches, and then try to get that over. I'm going to come part way up and then leave it till tomorrow because it's going to sag. So I'll get around as much as I can, and let's see how that goes. I've got halfway around. I've used this really to pat it down with. That's just a grouting trowel, and so what you can do is push it in like that. You pat it down on the top, and I've created a ledge like you can see, and I'm going to try and pick it up another night. Now I'm going to keep this damp. I'm going to keep this damp by putting some damp towels on it, and then resume work later. Okay, part 2, we're going to build up and over, and I've kept it all cladded with damp cloth to keep it from setting too quickly and cracking and whatever. So I'm going to unveil it now. Pegged here, here. Take it off. It's going okay. A lot firmer. Quite happy with that, and that will harden as the days go by. It's only been 24 hours, if that, I think, that it's been curing. So I've actually put some slurry cement on and put some vermiculite in the slurry, because in places it was just a little bit soft. I've just mixed up neat cement and pasted it on with a brush, just to strengthen it and just to fill the voids and just to smooth it over. And so as you can see, that's basically the pizza oven. That is the correct height, that's the correct opening. See when you get the swirl of the smoke. I maybe have put the chimney a little bit too small, maybe the hole could do with a bit bigger, but there we go. As you can see in the window there, it's been done on the kitchen table. So the next thing is to get that off, and to get the slab down to stop the heat going down into the concrete pad, and it's going to go on the concrete pad. That'll be the next job. Okay, see you in the plan. Like I said before, if you down here, look, I can take that out now by pulling that brick out, taking that out, and I can let the ball down. If I get you underneath here, there's a pull that out. That's the ball down. And so now I can take this out, take the frame out, and take it outside, and further put this blanket over it here. Look, I got that from a kiln manufacturer, local. I saw that they were making kilns, and I went in and asked him if I could buy some blanket, and I got some board to go underneath, insulation board. So what I'm doing now is just taking the ball out. It takes a minute or two to let that down, but I've got the space under here to do that. Okay, that's it taken out of its mould. They come out quite easy. It's nice and flat around. That's ready for it to go on to its next phase. Inside is nice and flat. We've taken off all the foil stuff, whatever it is, the cling film, and as you can see, I'll probably lag that with fireproof cement. I'll render it inside. I'm going to leave it to dry a few more days and then I'm coming back to it. But that's it. There we go. That is solid. It's like rock. Now that it's got its top on, it's rock hard. As I say, I put some more cement slurry over it to fill the gaps in and to make sure that none of the bits were coming off. So there we go. And maybe make this hole a little slightly bigger, but that'll come out now. There we go. Quite easy. There we are. That's ready for its chimney. Put a smaller chimney in there and then a bigger one on top of that. Okay, we're good to go.